So let's start with the introduction. Okay,
Sure, sure.
please introduce yourself.
Okay, so like I have 2.5 years of experience in HR domain, and I am recently moving towards Salesforce because of my interest. And yeah, so I've completed my administrator training, and I've also completed my ADM 201 certification. And so yeah, I'm very much ready, I guess, for to take up the admin work.
Okay, what do you know about Salesforce?
So Salesforce is basically it's a CRM based platform. So right from the sales to service, marketing, like it covers all the aspects, and it provides a holistic environment for a customer. And like the name suggests, CRM like customer relationship management. So the main motto and the main aim of Salesforce is to provide like the best to its all of its customers. So it's basically a customer driven platform where we can customize, we can configure things based on the needs and requirements of a particular business.
Okay, so how many clouds we have in the Salesforce? Do you get a chance to look over this?
Yes. So basically, like when I was learning Salesforce, I had mostly I got mostly acquainted with Sales Cloud and Service Cloud, but there are other clouds as well, like Marketing Cloud, Experience Cloud, Health Cloud. Yes.
Okay,
But I've mostly, yeah, worked on Sales and Service Cloud.
okay. So can you tell me what is the purpose of the Sales Cloud?
So Sales Cloud is starts like whenever we get a lead. So like how it will process till the very end. Like a lead is there, and then it would become a contact, and then opportunity would be created, and then I'm sorry, it would convert into an account, and then an opportunity, and then after that, like if the opportunity is closed one, then we move towards the CPQ part, which are configured price and quote, which is also an out of box functionality of the Sales Cloud only.
Okay, and what is the purpose of this standard object? You must have heard about this account. So what is the purpose of this account object in Sales Cloud?
So account object generally stores the information. So account can be of two types, like business account and person account. And so both these accounts are generally stores the like if I talk about a business account, then it will store the company information, like the like who is our client, the company who we are dealing with. Let's say it could be like Universal Containers, USA Solar Major. So all these are like accounts only, and in that account we can find various like information related with like contacts, name, and a lot of other things. So account is somewhere account is an object who we do our business with, like where we store our business. Yeah, in the account object.
Okay. So what and you said that we have two types of account, business account and the person account. Okay.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
in this, what is the difference between both and when to go with business and when to go with person account?
Okay, so business account, when we have multiple contacts associated with a particular business, then we would be going with a business account. And when we are working with a sole contractor or like a single person, then we'll go with the person account. So there isn't much of a difference. It's just that the number of contacts and the like number of person associated with that particular object, with that particular account. Based on that, we can distinguish.
Okay.
Nothing else.
And in this business account, we have multiple contacts related to it, right? And in case of
Yes.
person account, do we have contacts or it person account is itself act as a contact?
Person account like not complete, like as far as I know, it is not like completely like a contact,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, we can say it is like more or less like not completely a contact. It's not completely a contact, yeah, that's all I can say, but yeah, almost it's similar to a contact.
Okay. Okay, so do you know how many junction objects we have in Salesforce? Do we have standard junction objects?
Yes, we do have standard junction objects. If I talk about it, then price book can be a standard junction object.
Price book. Okay, what are the masters here?
Yes, like the one I can remember now, I think it's a masters here. Not sure of it.
Okay, so can you tell me what are junction objects?
Yeah, so junction object is a let's say there are two objects and we need to establish a many to many relationship between them. So in that case, we are going to create a junction object. So it would be like it would share the master detail relationship with both the objects. And there would be a like a primary master object and a secondary master object. And yeah, so junction object is basically created when we want to establish a many to many relationship, and so a third object is created, which is known as junction object.
Okay. Okay. Right. So can you explain me the security model in Salesforce?
Yes. So so there are three security settings we have. First is like at a profile level, and another is at the field level. Sorry, first is at the object level, second field level, and the third is at the record level. So at the object level and at the object level and field level, we have profiles and permission sets. Whereas in the record level, we have organization-wide defaults, which is also known as OWD, sharing rules, role hierarchy, sharing rules, and manual sharing.
Okay. And when do we use this manual sharing?
Manual sharing we use when we need to share a less amount of records, like let's say like only to a particular user we need to share. So we can do it via manual sharing. There are less records and only to few people, like just let's say one user, two user, we need to do it. Then we can go for manual sharing.
So in this case, like suppose two user have the there is a object, a custom object is there, okay, and here
Mm-hmm.
the OWD set for this object is public read only, okay, and the
Okay.
two users are there in the same role,
Okay.
and now will the user able to see each other's record here?
OWD is public read only, and they both are for the same role,
Yes.
right? So yes, they'll be able to read.
Okay.
I mean, they'll be able to see each other's records.
Okay.
Since
Can
read only we have already given, so yeah, they'll be able to view all the records. Like if it would have been like OWD is said to be private, then in that case they can only see records which they own. And since it is public read only, so they can view each other's records as well. But yeah, they cannot edit, but they can view definitely.
okay. Now I want to provide access to user B so he can
Mm-hmm.
edit some of the records of user A. Okay, so can I do this?
Uh, OWD is okay. This and yes, I think we can do it via permission set. No, record level. Like we need to share, like edit records, right?
Yeah.
Okay, no, not that. Then we'd go with yes. I think we can do that.
How?
A need to manually share his record to B, and he need to allow that edit access as well.
So in this case, like suppose based on some criteria, there are 100 numbers of record. Okay. So do
Mm-hmm.
I have to go manually on each 100 records and share manually to user B or user A?
In this case, I think we can go with sharing rules.
Okay. And which type of sharing rule will go?
Like the
How many
sorry,
types
I
of
missed
sharing
the
rule we have?
question. How many kinds of sharing rule we have?
Yeah.
Okay, there are two kind of. One is criteria based sharing rule, and the other is ownership based sharing.
Okay, so in my question, now I want to share some of the records with some other user. So, which type of sharing rule we will going to opt in this case?
To other user,
Yeah.
and they have the same rule, right? So I think we can go with owner based, since
Okay.
it's based
In
on the user. So yeah.
okay. So in this case, all the records of user B are editable with the user A.
Hmm.
Okay. And if I want some criteria, then we will go with criteria based sharing rule.
Yes.
Okay. So now here OWD is set as public read and write. Okay.
Okay.
And user A is here, okay, and this is the custom object, but user is now able to read, access, and do update all the records, right? But still the user is not able to delete the record. So why this is happening?
Can we come back to the question once again?
Okay, so here is one user, okay, and a
Mm-hmm.
custom object is there. For this custom object, OWD is set as public read and write.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
so here user
Okay.
is able to create, update the record, but he is not able to delete the record. So why this is happening?
He's not being able. Okay. Maybe at profile level, he does not have the permission to delete.
Okay, any other case?
And Salesforce always, like as far as I know, at profile level, I think it does not have the permission to delete, and Salesforce always go with the with that permission, which is more restricted. So
Okay.
probably that's the reason why the user is not being able to delete.
Okay. Okay. So in this profile, you must have seen the permission of view all and modify all, right? So
Yes.
what are these view all and modify all?
So if it is like modify all, then no matter like the sharing settings, anyone can uh, view or edit it or modify it. Like they can edit it according to their own convenience. And if it is view all, then they can just only view it. They cannot modify. They cannot change the already. They can change the values of the records.
Okay. And who is system admin in Salesforce?
System administrator is a profile, is a standard profile, and basically system administrator is the one who has basically all the permissions associated, like at profile level and everything. Like he has the profile for he has the permission for everything. So it's a standard profile.
Okay. So this is a standard profile. So in this case, can
Mhm.
we restricts any of the permission in this profile?
Any of the permission which has already been provided by profile.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we cannot. Like at profile, since it's a standard profile, so I don't think so. We can restrict like with profile. We can like at profile level. I think we can restrict. I'm not sure of it. Can
Okay.
you please tell me?
Yeah, so standard profiles we cannot edit them, and the system admin is one who is already having complete access of the org, so we cannot restrict
Okay.
here any of the permissions. Okay,
Okay.
so you must have noticed this 15 digit record ID and the 18 digit record ID.
Yes.
Okay, so how we can convert this 15 digit record ID to a 18 digit record ID?
I have no idea
Or
on
from
this.
where do we get this 15 digit and from where do we get this 18 digit record IDs?
Okay. Yes. In that, like in the field, like please correct me if I'm wrong. Like in
Mhm.
the field description, like whenever there's a record ID, there's a digit set. Like whether if like I think by default it is 18 only,
Mhm.
so we can modify it over there, and it's also required field. So I think we can modify it there. If you want it to be 15, then we can make it 15 that way.
Okay. When it comes to the conversion of 15 to 18 digits, so there is a function in the formula field that is the casified. Okay. So using this function, we are able to this convert 15 to 18 digits. Okay. And if you get the data using the report, so usually in this reports you will always get the ID of 15 digit. Okay. And if you try to get the record ID from your epics, okay, in this case you will always get the id of 18 digit. And whenever you try to insert the data in Salesforce, like using data loader, if you want to update any of the records, okay, so in this case you always require a 18 digit record id. Okay, in this case 15 digit will not work.
Oh, got it.
Mhm.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, and if you want to decrease this 18 to 15, then you have to remove the last three digits from this id,
Okay, got it.
which we usually get in the reports. Okay, when we export our data from the reports, the Salesforce automatically truncates the last three digits from the 18 digits. Okay.
Okay. So when you do this via Casey file, right?
Yeah, using casified, we can create a formula field and it will convert this 15 to 18 digits.
Okay, got it.
Okay, so I have 10,000 number of records and I want to delete these records and I don't want anyone to recover these records. So how we can do this? Is this possible?
We can do, yes, that's possible. We can hard delete it. Like when we hard delete it, it would not go to the recycle bin. It would be permanently deleted from the system.
Okay, and if we do the normal delete, so how many days it will be there in this recycle bin?
Of 15 days.
Okay, okay. So what are validation rules and why we use them?
Okay, so validation rules are basically used, we use them in order so that whenever a user is entering a value, or like whenever they're creating a record, it must follow a certain standard, which the user has defined. So, like let's say, I want let's say there's an amount field and it should not exceed more than 10,000. So in that case, we can create a validation rule formula where we'd be saying that they cannot enter anything beyond 10,000. So yeah, in order to follow a certain set of standards, we create validation rules.
Okay. How many types of reports we have?
There are four kind of reports: tabular, summary, matrix, and joined.
Okay. And what are the when to use which one?
Okay, so a tabular is very much similar like an Excel sheet, like
Okay.
a table. Like it's just the like rows and columns in the form of rows and columns. The data is there, and there's a total at the end. So it's one of the most simplest report. Summary is where we need to group. If we need to group a report on the basis of like rows, if we need to group it by rows, we can use summary. And the third is matrix, where we it's more of a complex report type, and where we need to if we need to report on the basis, like if we need to do the grouping by rows and columns, then we can go with matrix. And joined is like there are like different reports, like in a one report there are various reports, like I think at most five of the reports can be there, like in the form of sub reports. So yeah.
And what is the difference between freezing a user and deactivating a user?
Okay, so when we deactivate a user, the user would not be able to log in, and the license is free now, and that license can be used by some other user. Whereas when we freeze a user, the user would not be able to log in that case as well. But it's just that that license is not free up, and only that particular user, like let's say if he's gone for a vacation or for a maternity leave and anything, in that case we can freeze him, like he'd not be able to log in for a certain period of time, but that license is not free for someone else to use.
Okay. So there are two objects. Okay. So they are related with the master detail relationship. Okay. And now I want that a user
Okay.
can only able to create one child under a parent. Okay. Now if a user try to create more than a one child, then it should not be able to do this. So how we can do this?
With the help of validation rules,
How?
like first we can create a roll up summary to to determine the count of it, and then we can go for validation rules. Like we can set up the criteria, like if the child count is more than one, then the record shouldn't be saved.
Okay. In this roll up summary, what are the different functions we have?
Sum, minimum, maximum, and count.
Okay. So the next question is what are the static and the dynamic dashboard? Can you explain me this with any of the example?
Static and dynamic dashboard. um Dynamic dashboards are like when like the user would see the data based on like whatever access, so we do not have to create different reports for anybody. It's just
Mhm.
that the user would see only the data which he or she has an access to, whereas static dashboard is uh, like they'd be able to see like whatever is there on the dashboard, they'll be able to see.
Can you tell
Yeah,
me what did you say in this dynamic dashboard? If the user has access, then only he can able to see the records.
yeah, yeah.
And in
No,
case
no, no,
of
sorry, I just sorry, I
uh,
forgot, sorry, I just
okay,
did like just give me. Yeah, the in dynamic dashboards, I think the users will only see the data in the report like they have access to, like based on their accessibility, they'll be seeing it. So we don't have to create separate separate reports for everybody. Or I'm saying the opposite of it. I'm not sure.
So yeah, user dynamic dashboard will run as a user specific.
Yeah, the one which I said was correct,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Oh,
So have you also worked on this data loading part? In how
data
many
loading.
ways we
Yeah.
can upload the data in Salesforce?
So there are like data import wizard. We have data loader and bench.
Workbench.
Yes.
Okay. And when to go with data loader?
When we have records more than 50,000 till 5 million, then we can 50 million, then we can go with the data loader.
And in case of import wizard, we have 50,000.
And there are additional functions also. Yeah, till 50,000. Yes.
And what are the different Salesforce editions we have?
Professional, unlimited, developer. One more is there. I'm forgetting the enterprise.
Okay. And the different sandboxes we have?
Developer Pro, partial, and full copy.
Okay. And now, what are the field level securities and how we can control them?
Field level secure, with the help of profiles and permission sets, we can go with field level security.
Using profiles and permission sets. And the object level securities are also controlled by.
Profiles and permissions.
Okay.
Yes.
And what are record types and page layouts?
So record types are basically let's say, so record types are basically used for different business processes for for the same object. Let's say we have two business processes. One is for the healthcare and the other is for the normal business. So in order, so we'd be needing different page layouts and different pictures values for these two business processes on the particular object. So what we'll do is we can create two record types. One would be assigned to the healthcare sector, and another would be assigned to the business process. So yeah, they can have their own different page layouts and field values based on that. And page layouts are they control the edit page and detail page of a record. So yeah, like what fields would be visible there, what buttons should be hidden. Like we can also make field required or read only with the help of page layout.
Okay. Now, what if I want to convert my master detail relationship to the lookup relationship? Is this possible?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is possible. Master to lookup, right? You said.
Yeah.
Yes, so yeah, we can do it. We just need to take care of if there are any roll up summary fields. So if there are, then we need to delete them, and then we can do it. Since lookup relationship do not have master detail, roll up summary fields. So yeah, we need to remove the roll up summary fields. Once we delete it, we can convert it to a lookup relationship.
And the vice versa?
Yes, we can do that as well. From lookup to a master detail relationship. Yes, we can do that. It's just that we need to associate all the child record to a parent record. We need to associate with the master object. Yeah, that's how we can achieve this.
Do you know what are login APIs and login hours in profiles?
Login hours are basically set in order so that any user, he cannot go beyond that login hours. Like let's say if it is like 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., then he can like after 5 p.m. if he is trying to work, he'd be logged out. Like if he's on a single page, like if he's on the he can work only till like when he's on a particular page. And if he'd be trying after 5 p.m., if he'd be trying to navigate to a different page or somewhere else, it wouldn't be like he'd be locked out.
In case of login IPs.
Or login hours.
Okay.
And login IP ranges are the ones like a trusted network, the organization would have its own trusted network area, and any person beyond that beyond the defined IP range, he wouldn't be able to log in.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So how many relationship we can create on an object?
How many relationships in total? We can have 40 relationships and in maximum 2 MDR. And if there are two maximum MDR, then 38 lookup, 1 MDR, then 39 lookup, and if 0 MDR, then 40 lookup.
Okay. And here is we also have a external lookup type of relationship. Do you have any idea on
Yes,
this?
external lookup relationship. So it would relate the like it would establish the relationship. It would determine the relationship with an external object. Like we can look up use like we can look up for the another object. Like I'm not being able to put this in words. Like we can associate a different object within another object. I guess so.
Okay. Can you tell me okay, first tell me, can we create master detail relationship between two standard objects
Yes, we can.
and between two custom objects?
Yes, we can. And no, we cannot. We cannot. We cannot. No, we cannot create standard relation. Sorry, master detail relationship between two standard objects. The reason is standard object can never be on the detail side of the MDR. So yes, we
Okay.
cannot do that.
Okay. So always the parent child will be the custom object.
Yes.
Are you sure? So if we have one custom object and if we have one standard object, so in this case, can I make my custom object as a parent and its child object as a master object? Master object, yeah.
No,
No.
no standard object would be on the master side only.
Okay. And in case of lookup, can we create lookup between two different standard objects?
Yeah. That is fine. Yes,
Okay.
we can do that.
Okay. Now tell me the differences between lookup and master detail relationship.
Okay, so master detail relationship and lookup relationship both are used to establish a relationship between both the objects. But and the main criteria which would distinguish between them is like, let's say there's a physics department, like there's an object called physics department and the other object, let's say faculties.
Mm-hmm.
So one physics department would have multiple faculties. So if we remove the master object, like if we remove the faculties, if we remove the department, physics department, and if the faculties are also removed, then it's a master detailed relationship. But if we are removing the master object, if we are removing the physics department and if the faculties are still staying, then it is a lookup relationship. So this is the most determinant factor whether it would be a child relationship. The child gets its derives its sharing settings from the master itself, whereas in lookup relationship, uh, both the objects can have their independent sharing settings. And another would be yes, the child in master detail relationship, the child would inherit its owner would get deleted and the parent would become its owner. Whereas in lookup, they can have their independent owners. Both the objects can have their independent owners.
Okay. Okay. And do you aware about the governor limits?
Yes, since Salesforce works on a multi-tenant environment, so in order to none of the users can, like, we all share resources, so no user can monopolize over the resources. So Salesforce has set some limits, which are known as governor limits.
Okay. So you must aware about the tabs we have in Salesforce. Okay. On the header side.
Yes.
So can we rename this tab
Mm-hmm.
name?
The tabs rename. Uh,
for the
In order
standard
to rename the
objects?
tab, I think we need to rename the object itself. On the standard, I do not think so because the tabs derive its name from the standard, like from the object name itself. So I don't think so. We can rename it for the standard. Definitely not. But for custom objects, I think we can do it because since we create custom objects, so we have the power to rename it as well.
Okay, but in case of standard objects also we can rename the tab name. Okay, for the
Its name
opportunity,
as well.
yeah, for the opportunity for the account also we can rename them as per our business requirement. Okay,
Oh, okay, 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 okay.
and do you know how many different types of email templates we have available in Salesforce?
Email templates.
Yeah.
I think there are quite many. When I was creating few this auto response rules or something, I think there are quite many.
Okay, and do you know what is the difference
Email
between
templates.
email
Yes.
template and email alerts?
Email templates are the one which are predefined or like are predefined, and email alert are like, I think we can customize it on our own way and we can send it to a particular user.
Okay, so email templates, here we usually put our message, okay, which we want to send to the user or we want to use. And the email alerts are one which we
Mhm.
create by using these email templates. Okay, so directly
Email
email
templates. Okay.
templates are not sent to the user, email alerts are sent to the users. Okay,
Yeah, email alerts are and templates
yeah,
which we use,
in this email
utilize
alerts.
them.
Yeah. Okay, can you tell me the different tools which we use in deployments?
Yes, one is ant migration tool,
Mm-hmm.
and the other would change sets is there. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. This two I know: ant migration tool and change sets.
Okay. And do you know how many records we can display on a single page in a report?
How many reports we can display
No,
on a
no, no. How many records we
single
can? Yeah, how many records?
records?
Yeah,
Okay.
we can display on a single page in reports. The standard reports which we use.
No idea on this. Maybe unlimited. No, not
No,
unlimited. I'm sure.
no. It's 2000. Okay.
2000. Okay.
Yeah. Can we create formula fields in our reports?
Formula fields. Yes, we can. But for that, we can do bucketing instead of like creating formula fields.
Okay. Okay. And what kind of reports we used in our dashboards? All four types of reports can be used.
No, we can go for dashboards, summary and matrix.
Summary and matrix.
Matrix.
Okay. And can we delete our reports using the data loader?
Data loader. Delete. No, I don't think so. We can delete reports.
Okay.
Or yes, I think we can delete reports as well.
No. Using the
We
data
cannot.
loader tool,
Okay.
we cannot delete this. Okay. Manually, we have to delete them.
Okay.